Well, while sipping my second cup of coffee in this wee hour, something popped into my head, and I thought it would be good to share with people. Few of them might find it useful for themselves to use it. So basically, in this video, I'll show you two utilities which I have created, although very frivolously, and it works for me. Hopefully someone take a cue out of it and implement it in better way, or use it as it is. If you make an enhancement, do not forget to let me know in the comment section for the enhancement of your work. Okay, so without further ado, let me spawn up a terminal, move it to a designated place. Let us zoom in so people can get a better view. Okay, the first thing first, I generally you see if I made changes to file with almost similar context, but there will be a change between those two files, right? So there are several ways to see it. I just wrote a 5-line function one fine day just to make it convenient for me. I use Vim in this context. It could have been easily done with Emacs, and I'll start with I give the script or executable name in my machine as human friendly as possible, so I don't have to trace enough in my brain to understand the offering of that particular executable. I want to see the change, right? So it should be changes. That is the name of my executable, and it's supposed to take two different files, okay, to provide me the changing. I'm randomly choosing file from the directory where I am in at this moment. Okay, so if I press enter, you can see it shows me the difference. It is nothing but calling of one program called vimdiff, which is very popular and well known. I just made a wrapper around it with some criteria. Okay, so it shows me the way it should be showing. Okay, so if I'm inside a git repo, it will show me with the git diff, or if I'm outside of the git repo, like in normal place as this, it will simply call up vimdiff and show me the difference in color wise, whatever the theme you've chosen. I'm using solarized dark, so that's why these color schemes are showing. It could be the color scheme could be different if you are having a different theme on your editor. Okay, so the point is that I just wrote few line just to make things convenient, and I give a app name to what I'm looking for. In this case, I want to look for changes between two files, and I use the underline available tool. Okay, so nothing big deal. So if I close it, and I wrote changes is the function script which basically call vimdiff. Let me show you. It should be my bash rc. It is uploaded in GitHub. You can inspect it for your information. Let me show it to you. It's darn simple and pretty ordinary. As you can see on the screen, it just check whether I'm inside a git repo, then it will simply call up git diff, or if I'm outside git repo, it simply find out the vimdiff binary and take two parameter. That's what I did. You don't have to make a lot of complicated stuff to make things work in simpler manner, right? So, and there is no point of reinventing the wheel when things are given you on a platter, which is being there for a long time. A wrapper around it for some other purpose is good, but there is no point of reinventing the wheel. That's I very stringently refrain from it. So I use it whatever available to me and write some rudimentary wrapper on it just to make things convenient for my environment. As simple as that. This is one. Okay, so the next thing is that I have made a video in the backlog about searching throughout my system. If you do not, if you haven't seen it, go back to my channel. The title of the video will be as explicit as possible, like every other video I made. Okay, so the video was made with for the global search on the system. Okay, so please go back in the channel and have a look. Now what I'm going to show you to restrict the searches within a specific directory. Okay, that means if I'm in a specific directory, it should show me the search result within that directory scope. It should not go out in the wild and bring out all the changes. Okay, so let me get into one of my Git repo. It's basically a LaTeX repo which I was experimenting with. So it's a short one, so it'll be easier for you to grasp it. So I'm inside it. Okay, so now if I want to search, as I said, I give my binaries executable name as explicit possible. So I'm going to search it locally. Okay, so all it takes I give it a quotation within the quotation, and you can put the regexes inside it. At this case I don't need it. I'm just going to look out for the tex file inside this repo. Okay, it's pretty simple example I'm choosing just to show you the demonstration of the function I wrote. Okay, the name of the function is local search, which basically restrict you to this particular directory where I am in. Okay, so if I press enter, see, I've been presented with stuff which are having word text in it. Okay, pretty darn simple. Okay, so this will not go out of this directory. Okay, this is restricted itself in this directory. Okay, and let me show you. Again, this function is written inside my bash RC. You can check it out. Local search. Okay, then it probably okay. Here you go. So it's a simple two function. One for the, if you run local search without any argument, it will tell you exactly you need to do. Okay, so you can see, look at the bottom of the screen, it will show you how it should invoke it. Okay, the usage function is written in that way, as simply telling you how it should call up with an argument, and then it's check for the argument. Okay, so and then the local search function, which checks whether I'm inside a Git repo. If I'm not, then it will simply use find. Okay, and look for a file and directory with the argument we pass, and then print it out. And if I'm inside a Git directory, you saw the result, right? So it will be simply show you the git grep with the argument we passed with this call. Okay, this is very ordinary and very simple but extremely useful for me. So let me show you. So I'm getting into a non-git directory, and if I write local search, hopefully it'll work. So I need to pad it up with, see, it found out a file where the word bash is mentioned inside. This is not a git repo, that's why you can see the result is different, because it's simply calling a find underneath, because I'm not inside a git repo at this moment. That's why it's calling a find, as you can see on the function on the screen. If I'm not inside a git repo, it should use find and provide me the result. That's what it did on the bottom of the screen. And if I am inside a git repo, it simply use git grep, which is what you saw previously when I ran inside my LaTeX git repo. Okay, so these are the very little nifty thing, and you don't have to write a very complicated stuff to achieve some very important result. Okay, so unless it imposed or extremely require, you can stay with the simple stuff, which will provide you the simplest possible way the result you want. Okay, so you can make complication to this ordinary stuff by infusing your intelligence, and people often do for some surprisingly stupid reason. Okay, so my gray cells are not as blessed as those people who made the complex stuff. So my works are reflecting simplicity, what I am having in my gray cell. So that's what I made. So I thought it will be useful for some people to take a cue out of it and implement in their way, as I mentioned very beginning of this video. If you have a better implementation of these two function or utility I have shown to you, okay, you should let me know in the comment section with your work. But make sure don't create it unnecessary complicated stuff when things can be done in easier manner. Okay, that's what I follow and that's what I practice. So finally, I hope this video will help some people, not everyone. Okay, thanks for watching.